recognize the gentleman from Illinois for 5 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Let me yield to you for as much time as you'd like.
I thank the gentleman for yielding. I would just like to state for the record that General Petraeus testified last week that the independent Inspector General of the CIA did a full and thorough investigation and found the relationship between the NYPD and the CIA to be entirely legal, not to violate any executive order or any law whatsoever, and for the NYPD to have acted lawful in every instance involving any dealing with the CIA. And also Director Mueller has also said that the NYPD is in full compliance with the law. With that, I yield back to the gentleman.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Madam Secretary, thanks for being here today. We've seen a wide range of reports from the GAO, as well as a recent report from the House Transportation and Infrastructure Committee identifying hundreds of millions of dollars in annual waste and inefficiencies at TSA. Yet in your proposed budget, you're seeking to triple the $2.50 passenger security tax to ultimately $7.50, which you say would generate, I believe, $25 billion over the next 10 years. The President's budget also proposes a $100 user fee for every single time an airplane takes off. It seems to be costing more and more for Americans to fly, which affects all sectors of our economy. Right now, government taxes make up around 20% of an airline ticket, so $61 on a typical $300 domestic round-trip ticket. That's more than any other item out there being taxed. Cigarette, liquor, firearms, all are taxed less. We seem to be reaching a point where, especially in the difficult economic times we're in right now, where we're singling out the airlines and airline customers and possibly even discouraging travel. How do you balance that with the need for security?
Well, you have to do both. Travel, trade, tourism are important economic values to keep this economy moving, to propel the recovery and the like. So we are always looking for ways to facilitate travel and trade and maintain a security posture, particularly in the aviation world, where aviation does remain a constant threat, a constant target. So we're doing it a couple of ways. One way is, as we move to a more risk-based approach, expanding the kind of trusted traveler type programs, global entry for international travel. It's called TSA PreCheck, that we are going to be expanding to the 28 largest airports in the United States over the course of the year, O'Hare being among them. And as we do that, that in a way allows us to pre-screen passengers before they get to the airport, so they go in a separate line and we can expedite their processing and takes pressure off of the other parts of the line for others. And as we go on in the months and years to come, it is our intention to be able to do more and more in that direction. We're going carefully and slowly because we don't have room for mistakes, but our pilot projects in this area have been very productive.
I've heard numerous concerns from folks in and around the industry and just airline customers in general, concerned with the exorbitant taxes on flying these days. Quickly, with my remaining time, when and how are you looking at the other aspect of the equation, the millions of potential waste and inefficiencies that have been identified within TSA?
Well, as I said earlier, we've already identified department-wide in this budget $850 million worth of administrative efficiencies we believe we can take and put that money, redeploy it into operational activity. And that's along with the $3 billion worth we have found already. We are constantly looking for ways that we can meet our obligations and do it more cheaply. Any avenue we have of doing that, and we listen to our employees, they have ideas. Sometimes the customer base, they have ideas. We have no monopoly on good ideas, so if people have them, we will listen.
Thank you. Thank you, Madam Secretary. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. The gentleman yields back, and the gentleman from New York, Mr. Higgins, is recognized for 5 minutes.